Morning. We'll call a meeting to order. Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the December meeting, please?
I so move.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Steve, we're going to talk about city and county sales tax.
Well, Mayor, we're off to a little bit of a slow start, but I'm sure that as the year progresses, things will pick up. Year over year, down city, down 18%, and county, a similar amount, 17.6% year over year. So I'm sure next month will be better.
Well, it's just amazing. I mean, from 2018, which was 48 million, we're now to 69 million. So that continues to grow in a nice fashion, which people have to understand helps us with our sales tax revenue for infrastructure, right?
Right.
And you never understand why the county always jumps every now and then? Is there somebody who buys a lot of implements, or?
I think this last year, the county saw the activity out at Castleton.
Okay.
There would have been a lot of sales tax involved in the building of that new, I think it's a soybean plant out there.
Okay. Any questions, Steve? Grant award and budget adjustment, Project Safe Neighborhoods. Chief Swanowitz, Assistant Director Chief.
This is just a simple request for a budget adjustment for the PSM grant, and just shy of $62,000. This is one of 5 grants that we've been awarded in about the last 5 months. So this is really exciting for us. This does not have a city match, and this will be used for equipment and protective gear for our folks as they are dealing with the Project Safe Neighborhood grant.
So the idea is the neighborhoods, this is going to help us in our neighborhoods, make our neighborhoods safer or something?
Yeah, so for a lot of the projects, like, we've been working with the Arbors community quite a bit lately. There's equipment that they're using, whether that's either ballistic equipment or operational equipment, such as technology, cameras, video. That way they can document everything that they're doing.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion, any questions?
Travis, I saw that there were quite a number of different items that you applied for, and some were denied. Any comment on that, or?
Really, what it boils down to is it's not necessarily the items themselves, it's the dollar amount.
Okay.
So they're trying to spread that out. So they were just using, so quickly doing the math across these 6 agencies that applied, that is about $60,000 a piece. So if you choose these items, in fact, after speaking with them, they said, if there's an item on the list that we denied, you could actually use the money and purchase it. We're just saying that this is the dollar amount that you're approved
So it's more
for.
dollar amount than item?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have like somebody who does grant writing for the police force separately, or is there just yourself or somebody else that finds the grants?
Yes, correct.
And do you think that we're getting all, quote, the grants we could get? Do you think there's some hanging fruit somewhere
No, I still think there's a lot out there if we had someone that could dedicate more time. I mean, we use up a lot of time from the finance team. They're excellent in helping us out and trying to navigate through all that, but there's a lot of financial hoops and just a lot of processes there that we're not overly exposed to or familiar with. So their team takes up a lot of time helping us with that. But yeah, if we had someone where we could dedicate, or a civilian employee that we could dedicate more time to that, I would say that there's a lot more that we could probably get done.
We just subscribed to some software, Grant Finder software that Tanner's been working on. So, if you have ideas of things you're looking for, he can scroll through and see what's available.
I was at the mayor's meeting in Washington, D.C., and it just came evident to me that some municipalities kind of have a grant team or grant writer looking for money, transportation, police, fire, different areas. And there seems to be federal money that they kind of want to give out. So it's just every opportunity that would help our budget a bit if we could have those types of things.
Absolutely.
So it might be a discussion, Mike, we have. So maybe assign it to Brenda. Yeah, okay.
If you consider even just the 4 grants that didn't, not the position grants that we were using for the traffic safety unit, that's over $500,000 that we were able to procure in just the last handful of months. That has no city match. So again, if we could put some brain power, manpower to that, again, I would think that we could increase our or probability of being awarded some of those things. Of course, it all boils down to criteria. There are some things we're either too large for or too small for, but again, if you had a grant writer or somebody who could really focus a lot of time and effort there, I think we could definitely do some good work.
Very good. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Budget adjustment, farm to school table programs. Desi Fleming to explain.
Good morning. This is just a small pass-through grant from the Department of Health and Human Services. The contract has already gone through City Commission. So basically, it's just putting the amount in our budget for that adjustment. This really is going to help some local childcares kind of with the healthy eating and being able to grow some of their own produce to promote that healthy eating within that setting. So,
Do I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. I don't see Tim Dirks. Is somebody else going to present this? Oh, there he is, hiding behind the podium. You're tall like Pipcorn, I could have seen.
Good morning. What it is we're looking at utilizing anticipated state aid to libraries revenue for the installation of door override functionality at the Dr. James Carlson Library and the Maid Library. You can see the amount there, basically working with Johnson Controls, and you see proposal as provided. If anyone has any questions in that regard.
Is there a motion?
I'd make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion or questions? Steve, you have?
Yeah, Tim, so maybe I'm just a little confused on how the budget thing works, but you had 32,000 in that revenue account?
Right.
And what do you typically receive in a year?
What happened was in 2023 during the budget process, generally we get state aid for libraries in round first quarter, maybe late second quarter or early second quarter. What happened was the state did not issue or that monies until like late July, August. So when I was in the process of doing the budget for 2024 in like first quarter 2023, I had to go with the actual amount received in 2022, which was a little over 32,000. Okay. As it turned out, they had notified me late July, August, when the 2023 money came through, that, oh, we made a mistake in 2022 and we shorted you all kinds of money. So obviously in discussions with Susan, Brenda, in those discussions, so again, I worked with out of the actual amount of 2022 at the time when I was putting the budget together. They come back and tell me they made a mistake, so we got extra money in 2023. And I said, well, you need to send me an email about what it's going to look like for 2024.
Okay,
So they send me an email that says, well, right around 125,000.
okay.
So that's where that discrepancy came from.
And I looked back, and that's historically what it's been. And so with the addition that they got last year and the shortage the year before, the average of that was about 125. So I'm comfortable that that's
Okay.
about what you're going to get.
All right, thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. The only other business, Susan, I did want to talk about is we're talking about changing structure of this group. Are we doing something in that? You had some suggestions where the commissioners have quarterly meetings and change a little bit of how we function.
Yes, although I'm not exactly sure the protocol for how that's going to be moved ahead. But we had been doing some discussion on making this committee more on a quarterly basis of just commissioners and making it more like a brown bag that we do long-term. And then we just revert back to a staff meeting monthly, or actually probably biweekly to talk about kind of the logistical things that we need to get done to move through to the commission. So I don't think we're ready to roll that out yet, but that is kind of the plan.
So are you going to be ready like in March to do the first quarterly? Is that when we do it, or
I think we're actually thinking February, but we're.
February?
Defer to Michael on that.
And we're going to work with the city attorney's office on any other memorialization that we need to do to document that or to put that into motion, a resolution, for example. So I'll talk to Nancy about that. But correct, we would like to, in February, talk about compensation and talk about the pay plans with the entire commission and budget goals for 2025. So,
And then in the policy meeting, basically what would happen is the commissioners would meet, but they couldn't make any motions. They would be just discussions.
That would be my suggestion, that it's more like a brown bag informational, and then.
If you brought a policy to them and they liked it, they would just have to wait for that to be presented to the commission.
Right, it would give us a staff direction on where to go with some of these long-term questions that continue to pop up that we need to address.
And then I got a email from the federal government regarding our CARES money and ARP money. That's all fine? We're all okay with government on that?
Yes, Wyatt just did his his quarterly report, and that was just an informational on what projects are still kind of in the works, and a reminder to everybody that it needs to be spent, at least the ARP money, by the end of this year.
Any other business of the group today? It's kind of a short meeting today, isn't it?
Yes.
I wanted to congratulate the audit department because I had a patient or a client that came in was upset about his water bill, and the team did a real nice job of answering the customer service issue. And they had sent a notice to his wife. His wife forgot to communicate to him, and it was not our issue. It was some communication issues, but the team did a nice job. And what I was especially pleased about, Steve, is that you record your communications or have, know when you've communicated to certain customers. So it makes it better that no, the city did do that, because oftentimes David, I'll hear, oh, the city didn't do this or did do this. So it's really nice that communication was present, and I think we had a happy customer. So
I'll pass along that to the staff. They'll be happy to hear.
yeah, they did a great job. No other business, we'll adjourn. Thank you.